Okay, everyone, to make these Philly cheesesteak casserole dish using ground beef, we are going to start out by making sure that we have some nice vegetables. We are going to have some green bell pepper, and then we're going to add some red bell pepper that will bring some sweetness. Also, you need to dice up some onions. You can use a white onion or a sweet onion. Next, we are going to use some ground beef, 2 pounds of ground beef. That's right. Make sure that your skillet is on medium-high heat to cook this ground beef, and you are going to mince this ground beef up with a fork. Cook your ground beef until it is almost done, okay? Don't turn it off and don't stop there. We are going to go ahead and we are going to add in our green bell pepper and our red bell pepper and our onions. And we are going to saute them in with our ground beef. Don't drain your grease just yet. We need that oil to soften up these vegetables. So place those vegetables in there, and it's going to take about 3 minutes. And that way your ground beef can finish cooking while you are softening up your vegetables, okay? So now look at how beautiful the green bell pepper, the red bell pepper, and our onions look in our ground beef for our Philly cheesesteak casserole. Yes. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so delicious and tasty. And I know you're wondering, why haven't I added any seasoning yet? I am going to add seasoning after I drain my ground beef, my green bell pepper, my red bell pepper, and my onions. So go ahead, drain it. Get all that oil off if you have a lot of oil like I did with the particular ground beef that I use. So now let's season up our ground meat. I am just going to use some basic seasoning. I'm going to start out with some black pepper. I am going to use some salt. And I also added in some garlic powder, some onion salt, and some Cajun seasoning. And you are going to add in, voila, here's some brown gravy mix. 1 packet of brown gravy mix to your 2 pounds of ground beef. And we do have 1 red bell pepper and 1 green bell pepper, and we have 1 cup of diced onions, okay? If you want to julienne your onions, you can. So go ahead and mix all of that seasoning in there very well, everyone, okay? Get all the flavor through and through your ground meat. And just take your time and stir it in. Stir it in, okay? Your ground meat with your green vegetables. Your green bell pepper, your red bell pepper, and your vegetables. And now we're going to add in 1 cup of water. That's right. 1 cup of water, because we have that gravy packet in there. And we are going to allow this to simmer for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, okay, on low simmer. You don't want it to dry completely out, but you do want to make sure that it is cooked well and very incorporated into your vegetables, like I am doing here. You guys, trust me, it's flavor on flavor on flavor. Get you some of that yummy goodness, okay? So go ahead and get that sauteed, those vegetables sauteed up with that delicious seasoning packet. Okay, so now let's get ready to prep our bread mixture. We are using bisquick, 2 cups of the bisquick, okay? Get you something to mix it in. Don't laugh at me. I didn't use a bowl. I did use a pot to mix it in. 1 cup of milk. That's sweetened condensed milk, okay? If you got to use the milk with the blue top, that's fine. We're going to mix that in together. Okay, so now we are going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon to a teaspoon of black pepper. The black pepper will add some flavor to our biscuit dough, okay? Now, if you want to be even more ambitious, go ahead. Add you some shredded cheese up in there, but it's not needed, okay? So we're going to mix that black pepper in, but we are not finished, okay? So we are also going to add in 1 egg, just 1 egg. That's it, 1 large egg. And you're going to mix everything in together until it is well combined, okay? After you get that well combined, make sure that you have a pan that is greased. You can use cooking spray or you can use regular canola oil or vegetable oil like I am using here to make sure that my pan is greased so that nothing sticks. We want our casserole to come out as smooth, very smooth, okay? So now I'm going to add in my bisquick batter into the bottom of my casserole dish, my baking dish. And this is a 9 by 13 baking dish, okay? So make sure that it is even, spread it out just as even as you can. And remember, I got this pan at Walmart for $7, okay, y'all? You can go to Walmart and get it for $7. So now let's go ahead and let's add in our Philly cheesesteak mixture. We have our sauteed peppers, the green and the red peppers. Remember that red pepper adds sweetness, and the onions use a sweet onion, okay? You can use a sweet Vidalia onion or a white onion. White onions also add flavor. And remember, we allowed this to simmer for at least 3 minutes. No longer than 3 minutes. And we added some delicious seasoning to this dish. Okay, so now we are going to spread our ground beef on top of our bisquick batter to make this delicious hamburger Philly cheesesteak casserole. You can use hamburger meat, ground beef, for a lot of different casseroles. This is just one idea. If you don't have the ground beef, you can use some shaved meat, like some steakums, to make your Philly cheesesteak casserole as well, okay? So now if you have your meat mixture, spread it out evenly over the top of your bisquick batter. We are going to top it with some cheese. I'm using some mozzarella cheese, okay? And I'm going to use about 6 to 7 slices. And also I am going to add in some provolone cheese on top of this casserole, our Philly cheesesteak casserole, because we want this dish to taste like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. So go in with that Philly cheesesteak cheese, that provolone cheese, okay? Because that's what goes on top of most Philly cheesesteaks. Also, you know, and they do use Cheese Whiz. Cheese Whiz was the original for the Philly cheesesteak sandwich, okay? But today we're not using Cheese Whiz. We're going to make this Philly cheesesteak casserole with provolone and mozzarella cheese. Bake it at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes, and it comes out like this after you bake it at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes. It is so delicious, and it was crispy, and it is so easy to come out of the pan. I allowed it to rest for a few minutes, and then I decided to cut into it. It's still a little warm after 3 minutes, but voila, everyone. This is our Philly cheesesteak casserole, and look at the bottom of the pan. It didn't stick at all. This is a wonderful pan. I got it at Walmart, once again, for $7. It's a cake pan. So if you look to the side and you see a cake pan, similar to this, and it comes with a top on it, so you can use this for a lot of different casseroles. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave lots of comments down below. I hope you guys try to make this Philly cheesesteak casserole. Please share this video out with each and every one you know. If you do try this Philly cheesesteak casserole, if I were you, I would make me a dipping to the side, such as that Cheese Whiz, because y'all know that Cheese Whiz is good when it comes to a Philly cheesesteak casserole. Try this for your family. Make it at a gathering, and tell me how it turned out.